So yeah, I just might be very late to the party, but information reaching me, I had to do my research. Rachel of BBN, I don't know the BBN set she is from actually, you know, posted something on social media about how ladies should be very realistic and face reality, that they can't really settle with men who earn 800,000 naira per month because it's not a lot. Looking at the situation of the country, that 800,000 naira is enough to just get her wig. So ladies should not settle for men like that. So. And of course, I think that the Fuse responded to the post. The issue he had with the post, is that she took a personal preference and threw it out to the public and made it a standard, or recommended it as a standard for other ladies. And on the other hand, I think Peter and Paul of Psquare also had an issue with that statement she made, saying things like ladies should not try to lift themselves up or measure their lives based on wigs, that men barely care about these wigs anyway. So just have sense. That's what he said, I remember. But when I look at statements like that, statements like you don't settle for a man who has 800,000 naira, blah 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 blah, or people on Twitter will say things like 2 million naira is not money. I'm like, I sit back and I ask myself, is it the same Nigeria where the NDIC, the National Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation or Commission, said only about 10 to 5% of Nigerians have just 500k in their account, up to 500k and more than in that account. The remaining people, we are talking about a nation of over 200, close to 200 million people. We are saying that at least 180 million Nigerians do not earn up to 500,000 in their account. All of you that are now making all these standards, well, now they see this money, when I see they talk anyhow. If you post anything on Twitter today, everybody's like, oh, no, that money is too small. That money will not last me 1 month. I also think it talks about, it raises question on how money flows in Nigeria. If money flows through the proper economic indices, if money flows through production, you will not be having people just talk about money anyhow, because they'll be working for it and they'll be earning it properly. But corruption from political offices, money's gotten from political offices, embezzlement, monies that the CBN cannot trace. Is it through internet fraud, through corruption, corrupt politicians? These monies find their way into the system. And the thing is, money where you thief, where you work for, you can never value it. And some of these monies get into the hands of these ladies. Because the truth is, say what you may, for some of these ladies to sound this way, is because there's somebody funding the lifestyle and there's a demand, there's a market for them. You understand my point? There are people funding them. For a lady who has no job or anything to wake up one day and say, this is my standard, a man who earns this, and some of these ladies have degrees, but they left them. Let's not even say, okay, let's know that yes, there is unemployment. The labor market is still growing. Let me use that word. Let's be optimistic. So you have ladies who leave school, leave their job hunting, whatever, leave enterprise, some of them, not all, and they cling on to this lifestyle. I agree with that. The phrase that people's personal preferences are very great. Have whatever you want, even if you believe 1 million, 2 million, but do not push out such preferences and call out the whole nation of ladies and ask them to, imbibe and join you and party with you, and they all should not date men who earn 800k. This 800k, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because it's so hypocritical. NDIC, these guys legit said they are the ones that have access to, they are the ones that insure the deposits in your banks. They insure, of course, a ratio. And they are saying that una no get up to 500,000 for una account. Well, una can't they see the money where like I said, if the systems working in Nigeria are working very well, most of now where they enable these ladies, most of you probably be in jail. Because the truth is, if Nigerians don't earn up to 500, they don't have up to 500,000 in their account, the majority of Nigerians, who are the people making this money and funding these ladies' lifestyle? It means that you guys are probably not spending your money well, or you are getting the money from other ways that the CBN cannot track. Maybe you guys are money laundering, I don't know. But my concern is that the reason why ladies like this can talk like this and move like this is either there's somebody funding their lifestyle, or there is a market demanding them. Because every time these ladies, baddies, there's a demand and market for them. Do you get the point? So it begs the question, when are we going to be realistic enough? Men, we work, let's not lie to how many companies in Nigeria can pay up to 150,000 naira per month if they are not foreign? How many companies are closing down? The other time I saw on the newspaper where it said 767 companies closed down in Nigeria. These men feed children, they feed wives. Most of them are businessmen. The system is not encouraging enough to incubate their businesses. And somebody will wake up one day and say 800,000. You know the thing is, if they say, that's why it's men, I still have to push the blame on men, because you see, men are the ones who keep values in society. If these men find themselves funding the lifestyle of bodies instead of using the money to build society, maybe if these men were spending more on their wives and their children, you will not have one body talking. You see, that's why I believe in a society where wealth is gathered the right way, because there is value in that wealth. There is value in that wealth. For somebody to open their mouth and say 200,000, this same person went to compete in BBN for money. Do you get the point? So it's also a cultural problem. There is a demand for bodies. It's like being a body now is more lucrative and more rewarding than working in an office or whatever in Nigeria. I don't know, because if bodies can say they are spending 800,000 on their hair, on their wigs, which I haven't seen most times, I don't know whether that's synthetic. They're not even African hair. They are not. They are Caucasian and Middle Eastern and blah blah. I don't have issue with wigs, but when wigs are not African, bro, come on, man, that's another topic. So, to be honest, I even think maybe these ladies just say these things to get traffic, for audience engagement. You know, because these days, attention, engagement, they are currencies of the internet. I mean, if you guys, she talk this kind of thing, we go make people like that, they freeze, and Paul of Psquare talk small. You guys will drag them, their numbers will go up, their insights will go up. And brands today, these days, no the shame. Brands will endorse them and give them money. And sometimes, some people have been listening to Richard Branson when he says, was he even the one who said that? When he says there's no such thing as a bad publicity. So, what I'll probably say about this is, let everybody have a mind of their own. You guys should be independent-minded. The fear that people have these days that girls will be listening to them, young girls. Let everybody have a mind of their own, because the internet is not your home. If your parents are not enough models and standards for you, don't go out in the streets looking for love, because you won't find it. There is no love on the streets. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because this is my target as a B. I also think there's also a cultural collapse here. When you people always worship money, what do you expect? If you have a society that tells you that money is everything, money is get money or die trying, get it by all costs, you guys are not dragging these men. And I will always say that men are the enablers of these things, because we are the ones that gatekeep values, we gatekeep cultures. When these men are supposed to be taking care of their family, taking care of society, becoming better leaders, you have them bankrolling bodies. Why bodies no go come out and talk, say that they're 800k head? Makes sense. So I don't even want to drag. Most of these men are the ones doing it, because if, for example, the CBN and the NDIC can see the deposits in the accounts and say that una no get money for Nigeria, well, all the rest of una can't see money where una they use give body, where they make body talk say 800k per month don't be money. It means that there are other ways these ladies are seeing money. Please, it can be crypto, it can be tech, because these things flow through the Nigerian system. They are getting money from other areas, and I know it's the men doing it and bankruling them. Anyway, guys, let's not stall here. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button as well, like and share. I want to, I'll be reacting to things like this, because it be like soon they like and pass the evergreen content I've been creating for you guys. I'll create content about African consciousness, black consciousness, how to liberate Africa, racial discrimination. Una no go watch up now. All these gossips that they like watch. Well, guys, I guess I'll be reacting to them. Look at the numbers. Let's talk later, guys. Cheers.